It's been a while since I've been on live on any platform. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Um, so I wanted to share with you all this example because last week, hey Arnetta, Ra, I think I'm probably gonna move y'all over here so I could kind of be looking in the same places. Okay. So TikTok, you all have a screenshot here behind me. YouTube, you all, hopefully my internet will stay stable as well too. So I'm on here because last week, it was either Friday or Saturday, I got online. I was on TikTok and I was sharing with you all being out in the field with the junk removal business. And then I think I got cut off because my internet probably was down while we were out. But I wanted to come back on today and kind of explain to you all how we make money from the junk removal business. And then here behind me is a clear example of what a day looks like from a junk removal service, right? So we'll just go ahead and get started. I am on 3 platforms, I want to say. I'm rarely on Instagram, so I decided to jump on Instagram today. But I'm normally on TikTok and I'm normally on YouTube. So everybody that's on my TikTok channel and page right now, one of the things that I need you all to do is to take this finger and to start double tapping that screen. Once we get to 5,000 likes, then I will start going over the information behind me and explaining everything to you all on how you can start you a junk removal business, how kind of really easy this is to do. And then I'll also answer any questions that you all have. So right now, again, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, but I'm getting ready to get off of Instagram and actually go on Facebook. So Instagram, any of you all that are following me here, you can follow me under Patrice Stewart on my YouTube channel, or you can come over to my TikTok channel. I'm Patrice Stewart on TikTok there as well. All right. You will see a lot more information if you're following my TikTok channel. I'm going to show the information here on the YouTube channel. All right. So I would recommend you all go over there. All right, so let's cut them off. And then let's get on Facebook. Okay. So the information that I have behind me here. Hold on, I'm gonna jump on Facebook real quick. Today I'm going over junk removal business. This is a business probably more men would be interested in. But who knows? There's women doing junk removal as well. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Let's roll. All right. So good afternoon, good evening, good evening, good evening. If you are new here to my page or my channel, my name is Patrice Stewart. I am the realest tax and business strategist that you will ever meet. I personally have several businesses, probably 3 that I'm like really in and making money from, right? So I don't call myself a serial entrepreneur anymore because I have kind of niched down into these three main businesses. So as I've shared with my page and my channel before, I do have a junk removal business with my business partner, right? Majority of the time, they are running the day-to-day stuff, and I'm usually handling the back end and the paperwork and the money and things like that, right? But from time to time, I like to go out and I like to actually get in the truck and I like to actually go around and do some of the jobs and see how things work. Just because that's just how I am, right? So I'm a female, but I like to get my hands dirty. So sometimes I like to go out in the field and be in the truck and go to the dump with them. Okay. So last week, I want to say either it was Friday or Saturday. I think it was Friday. It was Thursday or Friday because Saturday I was in the office. I think it was Thursday, probably Thursday. But I was out in the field, right? And I shared with you all how you can literally make, anywhere between probably $500 to $1,000 easily in a day with junk removal, just depending on what you're doing and how you're doing it, right? So if you're new here and you're on my TikTok channel, the screenshot that you see behind me is pretty much what we made in that day. All right. YouTube and Facebook, you all can't see like TikTok does. I can put a little screen up. So I'm just going to show you all here, right? Face value. I'm real big on receipts too. So y'all know that when I talk about certain things that I'm doing, I'm real big on showing proof and receipts. Okay. So this here is a check that we received. Well, you all can see it already. TikTok, you see it. There's a check. The check was for $150. So here's the check. Okay. So YouTube, you get to see the check. There's our company name. You call our haul junk removal, right? Facebook, you call our haul junk removal, right? So this is a real actual check. Okay. There's the back of it. So you can see it's a real check. All right. So we only take checks like these from people who we do contracts with. Okay. So it's very important for you to know and understand if you're going to get in the junk removal business, that one of the things that you should be looking at is getting contracts. Okay. I'll talk about that more later. So this was one particular job. So on here in the notes, it says full clean service plus refrigerator. So what he's done is partner with a property management company. This particular property management company is from the north side. They have probably over 30 to 50 properties that he's contracted with recently to do their junk removal. Okay. So when you do that, one of the benefits of you contracting with a property management or an investor or a company is when you contract with them, you give them special pricing, right? But what they're going to do is the moment and that day that you're done with the job, you're not waiting on your money, right? He goes in the office, he tells them what job he did, they cut a check same day. Okay. So this was $150, not that much because it was a real light job, real light clean out, right, of an apartment. But this is the cash that was obtained that day. This is $800. Okay. So two jobs, this particular job and this particular job came to a total of $950. Okay. So in that day, whatever day that was last week, Wednesday or Thursday, when I got online on TikTok and I was at the dump and I showed you all me being at the dump and I was like, hey, when we get off, I'm going to show you what it costs, right? So TikTok, I'm really coming back on here for you because I promised to show you all what it will cost. So here's what it costs, right? So remember this in business. Remember, I tell you this. It's a difference when you're making your money in business because $900, even though we made $800 here and $150 here. So that's $950. But what have I explained to those of you all who are business owners? $950 is not what I made for the day, right? This is gross. So remember, you have gross sales and receipts, so gross income. And then you also have nets, right? So we had expenses out of this. This is where it's going to come with breaking down the business. And when I say you guys are in business and you need to know and understand your numbers, this is what I'm talking about. So even though we brought in $900, this is why I didn't cash the check. I wanted y'all to see it so I can explain it to you and everything, right? This is why I didn't deposit the $800, right? So we got 800 and we got 150. That's 950. But guess what? We went to the dump, right? We went to the dump. So when you go to the dump and you actually dump your junk, this is a cost. This is part of your business expense. So this dump that we pay, this is an actual business tax deduction. When those of you all hear me saying, oh, this is a write-off, this is a tax deduction. Write-off and tax deductions are pretty much the same. It's just another way of utilizing it, right? But when I'm talking to you all in business and I'm saying, hey, there are benefits of being a business owner because we actually get to write off what we spend in order to obtain and maintain this business. TikTok, I'm gonna need y'all to do better. Can y'all double tap that screen for me? We haven't even got to 5,000 likes yet, and I'm talking and giving you gems already. Do y'all want to be here? I know I ain't been here in a while. Let's roll. Okay? You my number one platform. Let's act like it. Double tap that screen, baby. Let's roll. YouTube, y'all are already on it. Okay. Now, I know you can't see what this says, but this says $62.63. So this particular load, because we have both of these loads, we had the $150 load and we had the $800 load on the same truck at the same day, right? That's how we got to our $950. Now we're going over our expenses for the day. So we had to dump the load. So dumping the load means we actually are contracted with Lakeshore Recycling. So when I say contracted, we have an account, we have a business account with Lakeshore Recycling. We have special pricing with Lakeshore Recycling. So when we do our dumps, that's the only place that we go to. We don't go out to Tinley. We don't go up north. We go to Lakeshore Recycling because that's where we got special pricing at. All right. This particular load was 940 pounds. Okay. 940 pounds. So on this sheet, it breaks down the weight of the truck. The truck was 7,040 pounds, right? Then when they weigh it, it was 6,100 pounds after we took the junk off. So that's how they determine how much your junk weighed. You weigh when you get on the scale, you dump the load, and then you weigh again before you go in to pay, right? So our load was 940 pounds, okay? So for 940 pounds with our pricing, somebody else may get different pricing. Everybody has different pricing depending on who you are, right? We got pretty good pricing. So we paid a total of $62.63 for a half a ton. All right. Because on average, when you're dumping loads, they're weighed by the ton. Okay. So when you're getting your pricing, they're going to price you per ton. All right. So for a half a ton, we paid $54.10. Then they have like some additional fees, like a convenience fee, a handling fee, what's the other one? The environmental fee. Y'all know how they are with fees, right? So that's how we got to the $62.63. Then we also paid our worker $100 for the day. Now, this was probably about 3 hours worth of work. So for 3 hours worth of work, he got paid $100. So now what we're adding costs, we're at $62.63 in costs, right? So now we have to deduct that $162.63 from this $900 that we made, right? Does somebody want to calculate that for me? What's $950 minus $162.63? It's up to you. Whatever. It's 7 something, right? Whatever the difference is, that is what your net is for the day. So those of you all that are in business, this is how you know your numbers. This is how you understand how you're making money in business. Because if you're thinking, thank you, Crystal, on Facebook, $787. So we made $787. That's really what we made, right? So even though I got 950 here in front of me, we have to total up the cost. All right. You guys have to remember that. So no matter what business you're doing, if you're doing baskets, right? And you selling baskets for $100, you did not make $100. You have to deduct my gas. You're right. Thank you. Thank you, A Point, because I forgot the gas. The gas was about $30. So actually, $787 minus $30, we had $757. So we made $757. I forgot about the gas. Thank you, A Buoyant. That's what I'm talking about. Keep me on point. Okay. But after 757 is still good, right? For one day of work for 3 hours. Okay. So when I'm out here telling you all it's ways to get money, it's ways to get money. Seriously. It's just a matter of what do you want to do? What do you want to put in? What work ethic do you have? Are you willing to use your hands? Are you not willing to use your hand? 757 is good money for the day, ain't it? I say that too, right? So we paid the worker, we paid the dump, we filled the gas up. Okay? So 757. Now, that was an easy day. Now, he also had made additional money that week, right? But for me, when I look at it, this is how I go through and analyze. And when I put it into our bookkeeping and our QuickBooks, this is how I'm doing it. I'm looking at what the jobs were, right? What jobs were picked up that day in that truck? And then how much was the load from that truck? And then, like A Boyan said, how much gas did we use that day as well? Okay. And then now that's my net. So my total net instead of 787 after $30 of gas is actually 757. Okay. This is it. It's as simple as that, right? But for many of you all in business, sometimes a lot of times you're counting the wrong dollar, which is your sales, right? So it's just the same way with your paychecks when you get a W-2. You got your gross income, and then after they take out the deductions and federal and FICA and everybody else, then you got your net. So it's the exact same way in business, okay? You're going to be doing the exact same thing in business. And this is what we're talking about. So at the end of the month, at the end of the week, I run a profit and loss report, right? So that's how you're able to understand what you actually made, right? What your income was versus what your expenses were. And then what did you actually net? Running your profit and loss reports, running these and putting this information in your bookkeeping and your data entry. This is how you're able to see if your business is making money. This is how you're able to see if your business is growing, right? If you don't do that, then there's no way for you to know and understand if your business is growing or making money if you don't have these accounting systems in place. Or even if you're not sitting down like this and looking at what was my income and what did I spend? And then now you can actually see where you're at. All right. Okay, now I'm going to go through. I am on all 3 platforms. So I am on TikTok, I am on Facebook, and I am on my YouTube channel. I am Patrice L. Stewart on all platforms. I would really recommend anybody that's on Facebook for you to be following me on TikTok and YouTube. TikTok and YouTube are my number 1 and 2 platforms where I post everything. If you needed to watch the replay of things, whatever, everything is on YouTube and TikTok. Those are my main 2 platforms. Okay. TikTok, you guys are going to be last as far as with the questions. I don't think you have any. If you have any questions right now, now type your question in because I was not looking and seeing as I was talking and explaining. So the screenshot up behind me is the paperwork that I'm showing to YouTube and Facebook because they can't see the screenshot. All right. And again, this is regarding the junk removal business that myself and my business partner has. Okay. I'm gonna start with YouTube because you all don't have that many questions. Hey, Arnetta. Gross, I remember you saying that. Deductions. I'm notorious doing my profit and loss sheet monthly. Perfect. Perfect, Arnetta. That's what we want to hear. All right, let's go to Facebook. I thought I saw somebody comment on Facebook, but maybe not. Just Neek said you got to deduct the cost of product and supplies, profit and loss. Sign me up. Come on, Ebony. You want to get in Solo the Squad? I'll be releasing that real soon. I'll be releasing Solo the Squad real soon. This is what we're talking about, teaching and educating business owners how to get to this bag, how to get to this money. All right, so no other, I don't see any questions on there. TikTok, we know y'all always got questions. Love y'all. This is why y'all my number one platform. Don't be shy, don't be scared. I don't like nobody scared. Scared money don't make no money. So if you got a question, ask it. It's not hard. Hello to all of y'all. First year in the tax year. For someone that has a W-2, can they deduct mileage driven to work? So no, if you are a W-2 driver, a W-2 wage earner, you cannot deduct mileage. So no, you cannot. You can only do that if you were a 1099 independent contractor. So that's the difference when you guys are W-2 wage earners. No, you cannot deduct your mileage. At this time, no, we are not doing government contracts for junk removal. Definitely something that we talked about as we're growing. Really, my business partner really got out here in the streets and really grinded out the mud the last 5 years. He's had this business for the last 5 years. I joined in October of 2021. Yeah, October 2021, I officially came on as a 50-50 partner and investor. So right now, all of the business that he pretty much gets is from the people that he's built relationships with. We do a lot for investors and people in the real estate industry. So he knows a lot of like investors, contractors, real estate agents that he's been working with. So that's been keeping him busy really for these last couple of years strong. But we definitely have talked about that. I need the bag business one. Can you help? Narcissist, I'm gonna put this link in here. Get on this email list because this month I'm launching a couple of programs, and Solo to Squad is one of them. And then I also have a separate business CFO business that I'm offering for men in business. So if I have any males in business, I'm really focusing on men business owners. Nothing against women, but I'm really focusing on men in business. I feel like there is a niche in you all's market that is not tapped into. A lot of men in business need help when it comes to documents, paperwork, financials, and a lot of y'all have the money. Y'all just don't know somebody like me that can help you out, right? So for me, that's more what I'm focusing on right now. So if you want, you can get on this email list, and when we are ready for you, Narcissist info, it will be MIB, okay? And then for anybody else, I'll still have other programs. So I'm gonna put my link tree link on there. So either one of those will help you out. And how long have I been on here? 23 minutes. Okay. I have less than 12 minutes to finish this live up. We are only on here for no more than 30, 35 minutes. Okay, I'm scrolling up. I'm refreshing the screen now, TikTok. So Rodriguez Harry, I am a tax and business strategist by day. So I have over 18 years of experience in the tax, accounting, banking industries. I am a tax and business strategist, right? But I'm also an entrepreneur. I have several businesses, several companies, and this particular business that I'm talking about today is a business that I've partnered with my partner with, and it's a junk removal business, okay? So that's the business that I'm talking about today. Normally, I'm on here talking to you guys about taxes, business, credit, but today I wanted to talk more about the junk removal business because I had got on last week while we were at the dump, especially on TikTok. I got on TikTok and showed you all how it looks at the dump. I was in my car talking to you all at the dump there, and I ended up cutting the video off before I got to show you this part because I promised you that I would show you what our dump fee costs, right? So the photo that you see behind me is the $800 in cash, the check that we got, and then what the recycling company charged us to dump the load. So we just calculated this and ran this up. And my income for the day was $950. We had $800 in cash. And then we got $150 from a contract that we have. So that was $950. And then I had expenses because we had the dump, we paid our worker, and then I also had $30 in gas. So that's what I'm going over today. And then that I just answered that other question for you, Miss Erica B. What other businesses do you have? So I have a tax and business consulting company, Tax Credit Academy. And then I also have my property management company, Duval Management Group. Those are my three main companies that I have. Courtney, we probably will with the tax preparer. But I'll probably talk more about that like around May or June. But yeah, we probably will be looking to bring on additional tax help this year. What do you think about what's going on with the US dollar? That we'll say that for another day. I mean, to be honest, I don't have a whole lot of thoughts on it. To just be honest, I really in my life, I try to focus on what I can control. So until the US dollar not making no money in the US, I'm not really worried about what's happening in China, Beijing, wherever else in the world. Because as long as I can spend this dollar here in the US, then I'm good. Okay, so that I'm not focusing on what's going on with the US dollar and all that right now. Until we can't spend this money here, then that's when I kind of focus on that. I'm not a stock person. So again, it's not really affecting me like that. People that are in the stock market are the ones that are really more paying attention to that. I get all my bread here in the United States. So as long as I could go spend this $100 right here, that's all I'm worried about. Until then, I'll worry about it at that time. That's it. I don't allow stuff to stress me out that I don't got time to be stressed out about. What are deductions for W-2 to maximize your refund? Aisha, that's a great question, but how would I be able to tell you that, honey? That doesn't make any sense. So I don't just randomly talk about deductions because a lot of you all W-2, what deductions do you have? Right? It's not, you don't get a whole lot of deductions as a W-2 wage earner in this country if you don't really have kids, unless you got a business, unless you got stock, unless you got other things going on. But it's impossible for me to say that to you, Aisha. So that question really is not something that I can answer. Emily Hicks, thank you. Shakita Miles, you are welcome. Hey, Miss Andrea. Baby, y'all be stressed out in this country about the wrong thing, baby. I don't let these people stress me out with these news headlines. As long as I can spend this $100 here, that's all that matters. I'm not worried about across country. Y'all stop letting them people get you all riled up, baby. Understand where you at. Brain, you got to control your mind, baby. You got to control your mind because they will always play the mind games with you all day, every day. Y'all watch the news and the media too much. This is why I don't watch the news or the media. I focus on what I could control, which is getting to this bag and this money. About to add my hubby. Cool. All right. Titus, you say, what don't you do? Hey, you already know, baby. Focus on getting to this bag and this money. That's it. That is it. All right. Of course, TikTok got all the questions. So let's see. We got 5 minutes, y'all. Let's roll. We got 5 minutes. Let's roll. What other questions you got? Again, the recap is this is regarding the junk removal business that we have. So we do have a junk removal services business. I know one question that I always get is like, how did you all get started? Literally, he started with a pickup truck. He would go up to Home Depot. He would go up to Menards every day. He had some cars made. He would pretty much pass them out. and let people know, hey, I'll take your refrigerator to your home for you. I'll take your washer and dryer to your house for you instead of you messing up your nice car. He would look at people who had really nice cars, right? Mercedes, Benzes, nice trucks, and he would go up to them and say, hey, instead of you messing up your car, I could deliver this item for you. And so literally I sat there in the truck with him one day, and he literally made like $150 dropping off dropping off somebody, what was it, a hot water tank. And then he had a grandmother, an older lady, and she had like 3 cases of flowers that she didn't want to mess up her truck with. So quick, easy, 150 made that day, right? So that's why I always tell y'all it's plenty of ways to make money. So many of y'all be like, you know, how do you make money? Or give me some ideas. It's all kinds of ideas. It's just a matter of what do you want to do? How are we going to strategize and plan for it? Right. But like it's millions of ideas. It's just a matter. I always tell you all, look at what you would want to do if you didn't have to work a W-2 9 to 5 job, and if you could choose to do what you want to do that make you happy, what would that be? Right? So that's going to be different for every single person as far as what you want to do. For him, it took him a while. We went through a couple of businesses before he finally decided to do this one. Right? So sometimes that has to happen as well. But I know that's one of the questions that we get asked a lot, like, how did you get started? So, Black Girl Chemist Cosmetics. I love that name. You say, I don't know what you are talking about, but I'm stopping by again to tell you how pretty you are. Oh, thank you. How do you do the junk removal process? I don't understand that question, Kim, when you say the junk removal process. Elaborate more on that when you say the junk removal process. I see you ask that question a lot of times, but like when you're saying the process, what are you asking? Like, how do we actually take the junk out? Like, that's so open ended. That's not a real question, because I mean that's just so open. Can you elaborate more on what you mean as far as what information you're looking for? Hi, James. Thank you. Yeah, you say, how do you do the junk removal process? I kind of need you to answer that a little more. What is the junk removal process? How do you start? All right, maybe y'all just coming in. So what I shared was he started his junk removal business with a pickup truck. Do y'all notice and pay attention to pickup truck drivers? Some of you may or may not. I don't, depending on how old you are. I'm 41. I used to see people with pickup trucks and really didn't pay attention to them. Then I started going to Home Depot and Menards, and you see who drives the pickup trucks: contractors, real estate investors, electricians, plumbers, heating, cooling, blue collar worker, right? They drive the pickup trucks. So I started learning, going to Home Depot and Menards. Okay, I see why they have pickup trucks, because you can make money with a pickup truck. Okay. So one, he bought a pickup truck. He decided to go and get him a pickup truck. So he financed him a pickup truck. Then he decided to go and get him some cars made. I got him a logo made. I made him a logo that says, "You call, I haul." Right? So now he has a logo. So he went and got cars made with that logo, with his phone number and the services that he offered. He took that pickup truck and those business cars and went to Home Depot and Menards every single day. Okay. Like for a whole year, every single day, Monday through Friday. This is what his routine was. He's passing out cars, he's networking, he's connecting with people, right? At the same time, he's getting jobs that same day, right? Because as I shared, he would go up to people who had nice cars. So if they had a Benz, It doesn't matter. It didn't even have to be a high end car, right? It's just as long as it was a nice car. Because people with a brand new nice car, they don't want to mess their car up. So they don't want to put a big box on it and tie the car and tie the box down. They don't want to put dirt and items that are heavy or dirty in their nice new car. So that was his advantage. That was one of the ways that he would lead in with getting their attention. Hey, I noticed you have that nice car. I can deliver this item for you. Most people that are on 87th, we were on 87th and State. It's a Home Depot and a Lowe's. I'm sorry, I keep saying Menards. Home Depot and Lowe's are right across the street from each other. Most people who are going to Home Depot or Lowe's usually are within a 5 to 10 mile radius. So he's not going that far. So I think he charged the lady $75 to drop off her hot water tank. She was like 8 blocks away. Took 5 minutes. So he made $75 for less than 15 minutes worth of work, right? As I stated, we had another older lady that came and she had 3 cases of flowers. He took the flowers to her house. She stayed less than 2 miles away. So in less than 30 minutes, he made $150. Like, it's very simple and easy. That's the best I could say. I done regurgitated that about 4 or 5 times from y'all. So what's another question? Because that was the process of starting this junk removal business. Now, he was doing this on his own for the last 3 years. I joined the business October 2021. I made him get an LLC. I made him get an EIN number. I made him get a business bank account. Because guess what? He wouldn't have been able to get this check from that contract company without that. Now, if you notice, it says, I could take this filter off behind me now, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Now, if you notice, what does it say? You call our hall junk removal. Normally it say LLC, but it's a LLC. So now, because he's a registered legal business, now he can get checks printed to the company name and deposited in the company bank account, right? So once I decided to get in the business, this is where I come in at being a tax and business strategist. How are we going to grow this money? The only way we're going to grow this money is if the money is being deposited in a business bank account. If we are having accounting, now he can understand you didn't make $950. You actually made $757 because after the expenses, right? After we did the dump, after we paid the worker $100, and after we put $30 in the gas tank, now you actually made $757 for that day. That's the real amount. You had $950 worth of income. You had a little over $200 in expenses, and you cleared $757. Now he understands. So now when he goes and quotes and do these different jobs and businesses, now he can clearly see, all right, this is what I'm going to end up making at the end of the day of this job, instead of counting the 950. Because in the beginning, he was counting the 950. And I had to tell him, you counting wrong, baby. All right. So I'm using his example to explain to you all, 1, how you can start your own business just like he did. 2, how do you actually understand your numbers? Because the biggest thing for me is for those of you all in business to know and understand your numbers. You're not going to grow in business if you're not thinking like this. Okay. So this is why I say you need to know and understand a profit and loss report. You need to know and understand your expenses that come along with the type of business that you're doing. All right. You have to be a business owner. And this is why I encourage so many of you all who are W-2 wage earners to start a business, because you're not winning in this country being a W-2 wage earner. Those of you asking me, can you write off your mileage? No, you can't. You don't have deductions and expenses like we do because you're a W-2 wage earner. You cannot take deductions like we can because we are an actual LLC, a corporation, a S corp. You get what I'm saying? So this is why I try to educate you and teach you these kind of things, because you're not winning in this country as a regular W-2 wage earner. You're never going to win. You're never going to win. So you have to come up with other ways to make money. You have to start a business. You have to either use the money that you're making from that W-2 job and turn it into more money. All right. That's what you're going to start doing. So I know it may seem a little unfair or it may sound funny, but this is why we're here. You're here to learn. All right, I'm over my time limit, but if you do have any last minute questions, let's get into it. Jasmine, yep, I saw a guy picking up the apartment trash with a rented U-Haul. There's money to be made. And baby, I'm not gonna lie, we've rented a U-Haul as well. Because if we got more than one job and we need to rent a truck, oh, we'll do that. And guess what? All you're doing is charging that to the customer. If you know it's gonna cost you $100 to rent the U-Haul, add that $100 on top of what you're charging the customer. Your customer should be paying for everything. Our customer paid for the dump, right? These was two different jobs, $800 and $150. The dump was $63 for both jobs, right? So that's how you're going to make money. TikTok, the link in my bio, I have everything. If you go on my link tree, there's ways for you to be able to talk to me, to communicate with me, to book an appointment with me. I have a Pick My Brain session. It's $77 for 20 minutes. I have a business Pick My Brain session. That's $329 for 90 minutes. But I have consultations, right? So if you're looking to work with me, I put the link also in my YouTube comments, the plstewart.club/tree. That's how you get to working with me. So yes, I do offer one-on-one consultations. And then also at the end of this month, I am rolling out a couple of courses for you all. The biggest one is Solo to Squad. So Solo to Squad is me teaching those of you all who are entrepreneurs how to build a business from a solo person, a one woman, one man team, to actually having a squad. Excuse me. We're going to be going over sales, marketing, numbers, building a team, hiring out, right? All of that. So this is a 12-week program, and it's going to be around $5,000. So if you want to get in this program, it's a live program as well. This is not pre-recorded. So I know a lot of you all get pumped with all these pre-recorded courses and stuff. This particular course I am teaching live for 12 weeks. Every single week will be live with me, where you can ask me questions one-on-one. We're in a private group, a community. But that's the reason why you're paying that kind of price, because it's live. You get live access to me for 12 weeks with growing your business. All right. Hey, Miss Boss. Thank you. Bay of Financial Freedom. Oh, I like your name, Bay. Hey. How do you pay yourself from your business account? Well, one, it's also how you pay yourself is going to depend on how you're set up. So I don't know how you're set up. You're set up differently. So you pay yourself differently as a LLC. You pay yourself differently as a corporation. You pay yourself different as an S corp. So I can't just randomly say how you pay yourself from your business account. Technically, it should be an actual process in order with how you're paying yourself. So I don't know what type of business you are. If you're a sole proprietor, I could kind of answer that. And that would be really, you still should be issuing yourself a formal check or payroll. But how you pay yourself is going to be determined on how your business is set up. This is, again, why I like to explain these type of things to you all, because a lot of y'all like to lump sum everything in, and every single business is different. Every single business is different with the entity structure. So a single member LLC is different from a multi-member LLC. LLC is different from a corporation. A corporation is different than an S corporation. You get what I'm saying? So it's a whole lot of moving parts to that. So I don't randomly answer stuff like that. That's a real random question. Can you write off even do your business is not making money? So technically, can you have write-offs and deductions even if your business has not made money? Yes. But the biggest question that I would have is, why is your business not making money? Because that's the whole problem. Too many of y'all want the benefits of a business. You want to take the write-offs and the deductions, but you're not focused on making any money. That don't make any sense. And I'm sorry, that may sound harsh. You may be new here, but I need more of you all to understand Taking the write-offs and the deductions for a business and you're not making any money, you're not winning at all. The whole point of being in business is to make money. So why do y'all want all the benefits of a business, but you don't want to handle yourself like a business? Let's step your game up and let's actually understand and maybe have a conversation or strategize and sit down with an actionable game plan for you to make some money. Because all of y'all want to know that. Well, can I take these write-offs, but I ain't making no money? Why? Why should the IRS allow you to be taking write-offs and deductions and you ain't making no money? Like, you get what I'm saying? So let's have that conversation. Why are you not making any money? I need more of y'all to ask yourself that question. Let's be grown adults. Let's hold some accountability because again, this is why I'm on here. So many of y'all want the benefits of calling yourself an entrepreneur or a business owner, but you're not doing the work to be one, baby. So that's why I need y'all to quit calling yourself business owners. Stop including yourself in my category because you're not there. Just say you side hustling right now and stick to that, okay? Because I need more of y'all to be honest with yourself. Seriously. I definitely need a one-on-one with you to fully understand. How do you pay yourself? How do you pay yourself? I appreciate you always giving out real game. It's every day. What I miss. You missed a lot, baby. Because we done. We ending this class right now. And I do that with everybody. So whoever asks me that question, like I said, don't feel some type of way. But I'm definitely the one that's gonna be to check you, to make you really think. I'm here to make you better. All right. I know it may sound harsh. Some of you all are like, oh, you mean. I'm gonna be mean because I need you to do better. There ain't no point in having an LLC and you ain't making no money. You paying the state every single year and you ain't made no money. That don't make no sense. Nah. So I'm here to help you. Okay. They allow it for so long though. How long do you think the IRS is gonna keep allowing you to take write-offs though, and you ain't made no money? This is why so many of y'all get audited. You think you could just keep claiming losses and deductions for 3, 4, 5 years? No, baby, that's not how it works. Then you be mad saying, "Oh, I got audited because of that." Yeah, because you around here lying. Because the IRS could clearly see you're not running a business. Because somebody who's running a business, you're gonna make some money at some point. You're not just gonna keep taking a bunch of losses and deductions. Like that don't even make sense. So they allow it up to a certain amount. You're definitely gonna get looked at. You keep on trying to take a loss for the next 4 or 5 years. You just never had nobody like me tell you the real. My deductions was over what I made my first year in business. And let me also say this: your first year in business, you usually are going to spend more than what you brought in. It's your first year. So if it's your first year, your second year, fine. But if you on your third, fourth year and you on here talking about you ain't made no money, let's just close that out because you're not ready mentally. Let's just stop saying you have a business because at this point you don't. So, okay, for the sake of time, everybody who's in their first year of business, 99% of us spent more in our first year because that's your startup year. You had to buy everything. You had to buy the inventory. You had to pay for the website. You had to pay for the logo. You had to set up the LLC, the corporation, right? You're going to have a lot of expenses the first year. But this is what I'm saying. After that first year and you're not making no money, then you playing games. You're not serious. Class is not every single day. We meet twice a week. So if you can't afford it, Goodman, then I mean, hey, it's okay. It ain't for everybody. $5,000 for my knowledge for 12 weeks with me, baby. That's nothing. Best believe it's people charging more than that know less than me. So hey, it's okay. It's not for everybody. And actually, we do an application process to see everybody won't get pulled in. Okay. Thanks. Could it took too long to be operational? Could be it took long to be operational. Yeah, but I've been on here for 2 years on TikTok. Majority of the people on here saying they ain't made no money. You ain't made no money because you haven't put the time and the effort in the business. Like, no. I understand the pandemic happened, but no. It's real. Thank you, Terica. I clearly said that, salary, that yes, you can write off expenses without making money. But if you think you're going to be writing off expenses year after year after year, that's what I said. Okay. I am a tax and business strategist. Been doing taxes over 17 years. All right. I know the ins and out of the IRS and tax laws. Thank you, Lane. Girl, don't worry. The people who need to hear me, hear me. The people who got a mouth and want to go back and forth and do rebuttals, that's on them. I ain't here to go back and forth with nobody. I don't know where y'all getting 5 days with me and my team. Oh, you said Jasmine with the 5 days that we did on the 5-day wealth challenge, right? Jasmine, you took that 5-day wealth challenge, right? Okay, right. We was dropping millions of dollars worth of gems in that workshop. So right. All right, about to get out here. Mm, okay, you say you want it, you want it, you work to make it happen, not worry on the app. Exactly, Goodman. Exactly. Like it's as simple as that. The proof is in the pudding. People who serious about their brand and their business, you could clearly see it. I've been completely self-employed the last 10 years, but I've been an entrepreneur for 14 years. You could see my whole growth on the internet. Literally, I've documented my whole growth over the last 12 years over the internet. So people could clearly see, those of you all who are serious about your business and growth, you will grow. I started in a little office on 35th Street. Then I had an office on Stony Island. Then I had an office on 95th. Then I moved down here. But every single time I moved, I leveled up. Like every single year, I have consistently grown. So again, it's like the proof is in the pudding. If you working, you working. Majority of you are not working. It's as simple as that. So just know and understand it's a side hustle. And it's okay with side hustling. I just want you to be clear on you and where you at. It's just too many of y'all want to lump yourself as being an entrepreneur and a business owner, and you're not. That's just it. How do you know what type of business to start? Again, that's gonna be on you, chocolate goddess. You're gonna take some time. You're gonna meditate. You're gonna talk to God. You're gonna figure it out. But you know what to start. Some of us are given the idea. Some of us know what we want to do. Me personally, I was kind of forced into this. God made me do this. I don't want to be on here talking to y'all, but he know who I am, and that he could trust me with people and money. And he know I don't have no problem getting on here talking to y'all and telling you the real. So this is how I got to where I'm at. My calling was gifted to me. I'm gonna say that. But some people actually have to figure out what they want to do. So that's a good question. You would need to really sit down and figure out, what you want to do. Um, Personally, I have not filled out the Florida DR-15 Department of Revenue letter for the junk removal business. So that I cannot answer off the top of my head. If you want to pay for tax services or advice, then that's something that I can look up for you and we can figure that out at that time. But off the top of my head, I don't know that, Shonda. Um, exactly, Lanice. Is it Lanice? I'm saying it right. You say also you got to be flexible to move around. Money is everywhere, everywhere, all day, every day. Seriously, it is. It is. But that's the problem, is a lot of people are stuck at their 9 to 5 job, and then, y'all be tired at the end of the night, right? So y'all be tired at the end of the night. But that's the problem, is if you're working at 9 to 5, right? By the time some of y'all got kids, luckily I don't have any kids. So that was one thing that helped me. I don't have any kids. I have a dog and my mom, right? So I was able to pour 1000% of my time and energy into my business because I don't have kids. Those of you all who have kids, I know that is the struggle is a lot harder for you because you do have children, right? But even after you lay them kids down at 7, 8 o'clock at night, you have to get on that computer and do the work, right? You still have to get on that computer and work your business from at least 9 to 12. So when I would get done with my day job, I would leave and go to my side hustle at that time when I was still working for corporate. And I would work that business from 6 o'clock to midnight. And then I was right back up at 6 a.m. So again, it's definitely going to be a sacrifice that you have to take and make. But if you want it, you gotta structure it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put the time in for. You gotta block the time off. So even with my moms or my dads that are in my coaching, that I do coaching with now, we schedule the time. So if your time is 7 to 9 o'clock with me, you have to schedule that. You have to say 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'm watching Patrice. I'm listening to Patrice. I'm taking the course. I'm in Solo the Squad. I'm doing my homework, right? It's almost like you got to get in the mindset of going back to school. So you have to block the time off. You have to say, I'm going to dedicate 2 days a week, Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 9, and I'm gonna listen to Patrice and the information that she has out there. You're taking your notes, you're doing what you need to do, and then you can do that. But if you don't put no kind of structure in it as to when you're gonna study for your business, when you're gonna work the business, you're gonna be all over the place and you're not gonna really do it. So you got to set up some kind of structure and order, as to your game plan and your action plan. I think I answered everybody on TikTok. Hey, Miss Douse. Solomon Abram just stepping in to say hello. Glad we connected. Looking forward to be prosperous. Let's roll, Mr. Abrams. All right, Facebook, I think I'm getting ready to get off of here. I just started. I recently missed my job and I'm going to start a business. Can you help me? Yes, we can help you with your paperwork. I could come back on the live after this and put our link. So on Facebook, I can't share my booking link. I can't share nothing because I got haters on Facebook and Instagram. So because Facebook owns Instagram, I can't share my links on Facebook or Instagram. So I have a photo with all of my links that we created. And then that way, any of you all who want to reach out to me after this, you can. So I'll make sure that my assistant goes through and responds to any of your comments. But if you notice that I'm not putting my actual link on Facebook, that is why, because we are blocked from putting our links on Facebook, which is why I tell you to follow my TikTok and my YouTube channel, because that is where I am active the most. I'm Patrice L. Stewart on YouTube. I'm Patrice L. Stewart on TikTok. And then YouTube just cut out. Looks like I'm stuck on YouTube. So we're going to end this live over here. We're going to end this live on Facebook, and I'm going to finish up on TikTok. TikTok, I'm going to give y'all the last 7 minutes to 8:30. Since I haven't been on here in a while, I'll give y'all the last few minutes for me to answer your last few questions. Okay. So I'm Patrice L. Stewart on TikTok. Follow me over there. Looks like I froze up over here. I froze up all the way. All the way. I'm gonna probably have to just go back and edit that video. They actually could